Good morning students, welcome to offline classes for 10th standard. So as we are discussing the chapter called life processes. In first part we have discussed about what is life process and what are all the functions comes under life processes, and we have discussed again we have discussed about autotrophic nutrition and what is nutrition we have discussed. There are two types of nutrition are there, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutritions. In part 1 we have discussed about what is nutrition. Nutrition means way of getting food is called nutrition. How examples for and there are two kind of nutrition are there. One is autotrophic nutrition, one is heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition is takes place in all green plants. How it is takes place? The autotrophic nutrition, think about the preparing the plants, they prepare their own food. That is called autotrophic nutrition. How they prepare? They prepare the food by the process called what? Photosynthesis. So in previous class we have discussed about what is photosynthesis, how it is takes place in plant body, and what are the raw materials are required for the plant body for the preparation of food, that we have discussed in the previous class. Today's class we are going to discuss about that is steps involved in the photosynthesis. Yes. Steps of photosynthesis. We have discussed yesterday in the last class. We have discussed about what is photosynthesis. We are doing photosynthesis is nothing but the preparation of food in the plant body by using carbon dioxide, water, and in the presence of sunlight and the chlorophyll. That is called a photosynthesis, that we have discussed in the previous class, and we have discussed in the chemical reaction also. So here the photosynthesis, it is a complex process, and that is takes place step by step in the plant body. That is, the first step is what? Absorption of light energy by the chlorophyll. See here, any process or any work, if it is takes place, there is a need of energy. Here the photosynthesis is also one of the complex process. If that process has to be takes place, they need even energy also. So the energy they get from the sun. What kind of energy they get? They get energy called a light. So they get light energy from the sun. Who will absorb that? There is a structure, there is a pigment called chlorophyll, which is responsible for absorption of water, sunlight. So here this is the structure of where the chlorophyll is present. The chlorophyll is present in the leaf. In leaf there is a structures called green dots. They are called chloroplast. This is the chloroplast. In this chloroplast there is a green pigment called chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is responsible for absorption of water, sunlight. And this sunlight, when it absorbs the sunlight, it is going to convert into what? Chemical energy. Conversion of light energy into chemical energy. The chemical energy which is converted, so that the light energy which is converted into chemical energy, that chemical energy it utilized for splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. So water is water. It is a molecule which is combination of water, hydrogen and oxygen. This hydrogen and oxygen is going to split by utilizing of what? Chemical energy. That chemical energy, how it is formed? That is converted from the light energy into what? Chemical energy. That chemical energy is utilized to break water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. So this is the second step which takes place during photosynthesis. The third one, reduction of carbon dioxide to the carbohydrates. So here, as already we know that the food which is prepared during the photosynthesis, that is called carbohydrate. How it is? It is a reduction of carbohydrates into carbon dioxide into the carbohydrates. So these are the steps which takes place during photosynthesis. But these steps not takes place one after other, because it is not mean that it has to be takes place continuously one after other. But in the plants which are living in deserts, the condition is totally different when compared to other regions, because in daytime the sunlight is too much, whereas night time there is no sun. So what they do? So here the conversion, here they absorb the sunlight, they'll absorb in the daytime, and whereas night they'll prepare the food. So here the morning, the daytime, completely they absorb all the sunlight. Whatever the energy which is taken in the daytime, that is converted into, that is utilized converted into chemical energy. The chemical energy they will use conversion of water, reduction of carbohydrates, carbon dioxide into carbohydrates, and even breaking down of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. This takes place in the night, where absorption takes place in the morning, whereas this conversion of that preparation of food into that takes place in the night time. So this is what the photosynthesis. The next is about what? Opening and closing of stomata. So as you know that, we came to know during the photosynthesis, the plant needs carbon dioxide for the preparation of the food, and during the respiration, the plant needs oxygen. So how the plant get carbon dioxide, and even plants also need water for the preparation of the food. How they get? So there is a structures called on the surface. So here the stomatas are present on the surface of the leaves, on the surface of the stem, on the surface of the root. All the trees plus on the surface, there is a structures called stomata are present. These stomatas are responsible for absorbing of water, and even it is also helpful for the absorption of the gases like carbon dioxide, and these are the main place where the exchange of gases takes place. Here, this is the one structure called opening and closing of. This is the diagram is very important for exam point of view for 3 marks. This diagram you need to practice more, and it is many times they ask in examination. You need to practice. Very simple diagram. You need to practice this. This is one simple stomata, and this is it is contained. This is the 2 bean-shaped structures called guard cells, which are responsible for the opening and closing of a stomata. And this is the stomatal opening where the water or gas. So when water enters, these guard cells swells. When water flows into the stomata, guard cells swells. When water goes out of the stomata, these get a shrink. This is what closing of. This is opening of stomata. This is closing of stomata. So this is the structure of stomata. This is very important. So stomatas are responsible for excretion of water, and even is also helpful for the absorption of water, or absorption of water, carbon dioxide, and even releasing of water, oxygen in the process during a process called photosynthesis. Very important. And this is the stomata, which contain bean-shaped structure called guard cells, which helps closing and opening of the stomata. So as of now, we have discussed about complete about autotrophic nutrition. So here the plants, they utilize the inorganic substances and they convert into organic substance like carbohydrate. So they use water, they use carbon dioxide, and they prepare it into carbohydrate. Apart from this, the plants not only need these substances, even the plants also need some important minerals. They get nutrients they get from the soil like phosphorus, iron, nitrogen, potassium. These are some other inorganic salts they need for the proper growth and development of the plant body. Those they get from the soil. And the nitrogen, the atmospheric nitrogen, they won't utilize by the plants. They convert into water nitrates. So those nitrates are converted by the microorganisms. After converting the nitrogen into nitrates, those nitrates again absorbed by the plant body for their growth and development. So till now we have discussed about autotrophic nutrition in plants. Autotrophic nutrition, but here these organisms, they never dependent on other organisms for the sake of preparation or for getting of food. This is called autotrophic nutrition. Now we are going to discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. What is heterotrophic nutrition? Heterotrophic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which organisms depend upon other organisms for food to survive. So as we know that, so food is one of the basic need for all the organisms. Without the food, they won't survive. They can't able to survive here. So here all the organisms, they need food. How they get food? So here the heterotrophic nutrition means they dependent on other organisms. So they won't prepare their own food. They have to depend on other organisms. The way of depending is different in different organisms. Here sometimes the food may be not movable. It is stagnant. It is it is stable. In that time, the organisms go there and they get the food. If the food is movable, then they have to run and catch food. So here, the way of getting food is different. See, some organisms, they get the food from the dead and decaying matter. Some organisms like they are called saprophytes. Some organisms they get the food by hunting or killing the other organism. They get the food, and some we get the food by cutting the trees and we get the food. But some organisms which live on other organisms and they get the food from the host, they are called parasites. So they won't harm them. For example, the lice which present on our head, see, what we hair. So that is called the one organism which are called parasite. They won't hurt us and they get the food from them. Leech, have you heard the leech? Leech is an organisms which get the food by sucking the blood of others. Mosquitoes, as example, they get the food from the animals by sucking blood. So here the mushrooms, they get the food from dead and decaying matter. Okay, so here tapeworm, so they get the food from the host. So here the way of depending of food is different in different organisms, but they won't prepare their own food. So they are dependent on organisms. How they depend is different in different organisms. Here, one more example, how they get food. See, in amoeba, if you see that, this is one of amoeba, how amoeba will get the food. So amoeba is also an example for a heterotrophic nutrition. So here, this is a nucleus. So here, the amoeba get the food from their surrounding. So through the structure called the pseudopodia. Through pseudopodia, the food enters. This is a food particle. The blue color what we see, this is a blue food particle which enters into the amoeba's body through these pseudopodia. Once they get, how they get? They catches the food like this. They catch the food and finally enters here. And here, so see, and it stores in the vacuole. What is vacuole? It's the empty space which is present in the body. So in the food, after absorbing, it enters in the food vacuole and they digest it and they dissolve in the cytoplasm of amoeba. So in this way, the food enters, the food getting by the amoeba. In the same way, the paramesemesis also takes place. The way of getting is different in different organisms. Unicellularly, it takes place in this way. The unicellular organism they get the food. Multicellular organisms, it is different. Sometimes it is it moves from one place to other place to get the food, or they leave another organism to get the food. So this is the way of getting. Then in the next class we will discuss how the nutrition takes place in human beings. It is very vast topic that we will discuss in next class. Thank you.